On the evening of November 25th, 1999, Deborah and her friend Roseanne went to Gina's bar in Commerce, California. Later that night, they walked across the street to Nino's bar, where numerous members of the Mongols motorcycle club were gathered. One of those members was Adrian Panhead. Deborah testified that Panhead introduced himself, showed her a tattoo of a Mongol head inside a frying pan, and sold her a $5 raffle ticket for a Mongols fundraiser. Before handing it to her, he wrote his name and address on the back. At the time, it appeared to be nothing more than a souvenir from the evening. Prosecutors would later argue that the ticket became an important piece of evidence linking Panhead to the events that followed. After spending time at Nino's bar, the group returned to Gina's bar across the street. According to witness testimony, Panhead appeared to be directing several of the other Mongols throughout the evening. Inside the bar was Jeremy, a Mongols prospect. Jeremy later testified that Panhead approached him and asked to borrow his buck knife. Jeremy handed him the knife without asking why he needed it. According to Jeremy, there was no fight taking place at that moment. The atmosphere inside the bar was calm. After receiving the knife, Panhead instructed Jeremy to escort another Mongols member to the restroom and remain outside the bathroom door until he came out. Jeremy testified that he followed those instructions and stayed there for several minutes. While Jeremy was standing outside the restroom, Daniel arrived at Gina's bar looking for Deborah. Witnesses testified that Daniel confronted Deborah for not answering her phone. He then noticed the Mongols surrounding her and asked why she was with all these f***ing Mongols. According to both Deborah and Roseanne, Panhead immediately rushed toward Daniel. Within seconds, 4 or 5 additional Mongols joined him. Daniel was repeatedly punched and kicked as the group surrounded him. Deborah pleaded with the attackers to stop, but the assault continued. Both Deborah and Roseanne identified Panhead as one of the men striking Daniel during the attack. Despite the beating, Daniel managed to break free and ran from the bar. The Mongols chased him down the street. Jeremy testified that after finishing his assignment outside the restroom, he walked outside and noticed the bar had nearly emptied. About half a block away, he saw several Mongols walking away from a man lying in the street. After the group left, the injured man struggled to his feet before collapsing again. Deputies later followed a trail of blood leading away from the bar until they located Daniel. The medical examiner determined Daniel had suffered extensive blunt force injuries along with a stab wound. According to the autopsy, Daniel died from the combined effects of the stabbing and the severe beating. The medical examiner also testified that while the stab wound alone might not have been fatal, the combination of both injuries caused his death. Following the assault, witnesses testified that Panhead returned to Gina's bar sweating heavily. According to Deborah, Panhead immediately demanded the raffle ticket that contained his name and address. After she handed it back, Panhead returned the $5 she had paid for it. Prosecutors argued this demonstrated an effort to recover evidence connecting him to the scene immediately after the killing. At the time of the homicide, ATF Special Agent Billy Queen had been living undercover inside the Mongols motorcycle club as part of Operation Ivan. Queen was not present during the attack. The following day, several Mongols discussed the homicide with him. According to Queen's testimony, members told him that Panhead had borrowed Jeremy's buck knife before the assault. Shortly afterward, the club issued what members referred to as a Code 55. According to testimony presented at trial, members were instructed not to wear their Mongols jackets while riding motorcycles. Prosecutors argued the order was intended to make it more difficult for witnesses to identify those involved in the killing. Over the next several weeks, Queen noticed changes in Panhead's appearance. He testified that Panhead had shaved off his facial hair. About a month after the homicide, Queen also observed Panhead wearing a skull and crossbones patch on his Mongols vest. Queen testified that members told him the patch was reserved for Mongols who had killed on behalf of the club. During a later search of Panhead's property, investigators also recovered a motorcycle displaying the same skull and crossbones emblem. As the investigation continued, Queen secretly recorded multiple conversations with Panhead. Rather than directly accuse him, Queen attempted to encourage him to talk about the homicide. Panhead never admitted killing Daniel. Instead, he discouraged Queen from discussing the incident and claimed he had been home with his family that night. Prosecutors argued that Panhead's statements, combined with the eyewitness testimony, Jeremy's testimony regarding the knife, and the physical evidence, demonstrated that he played a leading role in the attack. During trial, the prosecution argued two possibilities. The first was that Panhead personally stabbed Daniel. The second was that even if another Mongol delivered the fatal stab wound, Panhead remained legally responsible because he initiated and actively participated in the assault that resulted in Daniel's death. The jury ultimately convicted Panhead of second-degree murder and found the gang enhancement to be true. However, the jury did not find beyond a reasonable doubt that Panhead personally used the knife. Even so, jurors concluded that his participation in the group attack made him criminally responsible for the killing. In December 2000, Panhead was sentenced to 18 years to life in state prison. More than 2 decades later, following changes to California's murder laws, Panhead petitioned the court for resentencing. After reviewing the original trial record, including eyewitness testimony, Jeremy's testimony, Billy Queen's testimony, and the physical evidence, the court concluded that Panhead had directly aided and participated in the fatal assault with implied malice. His petition was denied, leaving his conviction and sentence unchanged. Thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.